Okay, in this module, I'm going to give you some tips. It's 4 things to know before you start, and this is before you're starting the buying process. It's important to know too if you're selling first and going to buy your second house, you want to keep these things in mind too on the sale. This is going to happen on that side of the transaction as well. Um, First one we're going to start at is looking before you buy, looking before you commit to a particular area. Now, oftentimes people are moving to an area because maybe you have family or friends that live there, so you might know it or you might think you know it. Personally, I've bought a lot of houses in my investment company and flipped houses, and I know one block to the next, things can change. So when I would be going to auctions and I'm buying houses, I'm driving through these neighborhoods and I might hit 20 different neighborhoods in a day. If I'm driving through the neighborhood and I'm feeling like I don't even want to open the car door, then I'm not buying there. So the purpose of this is to go look at the neighborhood and the area that you're wanting to buy in. Drive through there in the evening. Drive through there if you can, first thing in the morning, late morning. Definitely drive by on a Friday night. Drive by on the weekends, usually Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, maybe first thing Sunday morning. You want to drive through there before you even consider looking at a house in that area, because you want to know that that area and those neighborhoods are something that you're comfortable with. Um, if you happen to drive by on a Saturday night and there's a big party going on, maybe you need to wait and drive by the next Saturday night and see if there's another big party going on. So maybe you're into partying and you like that. I don't know, but my point is drive through those and get comfortable with that and know that those are the areas that you want to be in. That's really important. You can't change that, right? Once you buy that house, good luck changing those neighbors. So I've helped clients sell their house to buy another one in another neighborhood because the house next door to them, they didn't know it, but it was a rental house. And going through tenants, and the tenants just didn't care. There's cars that are just in parts out there. There's yards that look like hell. So things like that you want to look for. Drive through the areas before you even consider them. There's something, when you're writing an offer on a house, there's something called contingencies. And contingencies means that I'm going to write this offer on your house and I want to buy it. And if somebody's buying your house, because you have to buy first or sell first, they could have a contingency too. So what a contingency is I'm going to do this, and that's contingent on something else happening. As an example, somebody buying your house because you're going to sell and buy up, that person could have a contingency that their house sells, and they're making an offer to buy. If you accept that offer, you're also accepting that contingency. So their house has to sell. I always caution with that. If somebody wants to have a contingency if their house sells, that's fine, but make sure their house is in escrow. I also prefer that their house has been in escrow for a couple of weeks. That means they've gotten the appraisal order, they've gone through the due diligence period, things have happened. So usually a hiccup that happens in a purchase and keeps it from going through, that usually happens within the first 10 to 14 days. So that's a contingency. A buyer, a first-time home buyer, could be making an offer on a house saying, well, it's contingent that my job goes through. I'm supposed to start here on the 1st, and I want to close on your house on the 20th, so we'll know within 7 to 10 days, but my offer is contingent that, yes, everything goes through with my job and I'm actually going to be here. So little things like that, it's great to know ahead of time because you don't have to wait. Some people would wait, well, I'll wait until I get the job, and I'll wait till everything's nailed down, and then I'll get there. Well, what happens if you had gotten all your ducks in a row and saw maybe a house, you missed it? So don't feel like you have to wait. You do have the options of a contingency. Prepare yourself, and you're doing that now. You're going through these trainings and these modules, and you're learning here in the master class, which is great. You want to be in the know. You want to prepare yourself to be able to write an offer. And in order to do that, you have to have the knowledge, and the right people on your team to be able to handle that successfully and quickly. Sometimes you don't have a lot of time to think. You have to kind of think with your heart, think how it feels when you go in and you find the right house, and you have to pull that trigger right away. Right now we're experiencing a seller's market, and in a seller's market, oftentimes they'll have at least 2 offers on a house, so you're competing. If you wait, they may have already accepted another offer and it's gone. So prepare yourself, get as much knowledge as you can, ask the questions, get the clarity, and be ready. All right, 4th one, and this is important. You have to keep in mind, be reasonable. Everybody in the transactions here are human beings. Nothing in life goes perfect. So you want to make sure that you're reasonable with it, kind of expect the unexpected. When you're dealing with professionals in this and you stacked your team, then they're going to help you be ready for any turbulence that might come. I'm so used to looking down the line, going through different transactions with clients that I can kind of feel out, we might be facing this, so here's the things I suggest you do to head them off at the pass. And that could be on the lending side, it could be on the buying side, selling side. Here's some ideas. This might be coming up. And in being prepared for that, you can sit back, be reasonable, talk to the people. Lack of communication causes problems, right? We all know that. So being reasonable with it, remembering that you're dealing with a human being, and remembering that unfortunately life's not perfect. So just be reasonable, get through it, and everything will be great. This is an exciting time. It's also a stressful time. The knowledge that you're gaining right now is going to help with that. So we can't eliminate it, unfortunately. We try as much as we can, but you can't eliminate all that stress. Some of that stress we bring up amongst ourselves, but it's also something that you need to remind yourself, and I'm also here to remind you along the way, this is fun. This is fun. This is a great time right now. You're going through a new chapter in life, and you need to remember to enjoy the steps as it goes through. Okay, 4 things before you start. Know these things, remember them, and practice them. All right, we'll see you in the next module.